it's an AI apocalypse. It's everyone living in their own reality with their own set of scientific facts. It is losing the 21st century and losing a disinformation war. It is probably political balkanization and guns, plus the AI, which nobody talks about, doesn't actually know how to assess academic research. So it doesn't even know what's true or false. So that's bad. Let's just call that bad. The way you fix it is you have to take the problem seriously, recognize there's a disinformation war, recognize that you have allies in that disinformation war, and recognize that the people who were Manchurian candidated and gaslit like robots are not to blame and are not the problem. And I get you can make me a list of 1,000 people who were the problem, but we're talking about a global issue, right? It's insignificant. So what has to happen is a Manhattan Project. And what Manhattan Projects mean is you get the right nerds back at the table because the right nerds kind of got pushed out of this conversation, which is a larger mess. And you start seeing who's been building what in the tool shed. You figure out a way to make a national conversation about whose weird gadgets and, Rick Sanchez and Dr. Strange stuff works and doesn't. And you start figuring out how to nationally scale it, starting with states and local communities.
Mm.
And then if it works, get it to a national level. And if it double works, get it to an international level, which is what treaties are for. But
But let me
I
jump in.
think
Let me,
was, yeah,
let me jump in.
yeah.
Again, I think your point of view is fascinating. But you referenced AI, so we got to talk about AI a little bit because we're becoming an AI economy. We're becoming an AI society. We're becoming a world where the humans are being removed from the dissemination of this information. And as you pointed out, can AI even differentiate between the various forms of information and disinformation?
No, and there's a complicated reason for that, but there's an easy one, which is this. If you had cancer, you would probably want an oncologist. Okay. They forgot to program in the equivalent of oncology into the AI, which is rhetorical and narrative theory, which is that 2,000-year-old tradition of nerds. And the AI couldn't do it because we're kind of AI proof. We're the people who figure out how contexts work and why one group believes one thing. Okay.